What up, y'all?
What's going on?
What's up? Mindset and Muscle, yo, episode number 4. He's hungry. What's for lunch? Already had it, my man, but I got a cat right in the next room if you're that hungry. So we need a good I need a good intro, like a good mindset and muscle intro.
Yeah.
Like we go muscle, mindset, and then have some dope graphics and shit.
Some effects.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Awesome. What's this? Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the weird thing about Facebook Live. But so my poster's backwards, right? Vistaprint, they just fucked me over. So, but I got a discount. So nah.
Still win.
If you want to see the correct version, watch the HD. For some reason, I don't know why, but Facebook Lives, they do a mirror image, so it's gonna be backwards for you. Anyways, if you're wondering what it says bod transformation behind us, and that's what we're gonna be talking about. Changing the brain, changing the bod.
You.
Awesome. So this is episode number 4. I'm with my man Arya Torab over here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure
Thank
to be
you.
here.
My pleasure, and I'm super excited to get on the road with this interview. It's going to be rad. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Arya is a good friend of mine, and him and I had gone through a leadership program together, and that's how we met. And today we're going to be talking about some mindset and muscle stuff, and digging in deep to the brain and deep into those muscle fibers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I want to start off with my first question, just kind of like a little icebreaker for you, Arya. What's your favorite thing about yourself?
My favorite thing, it's my ability to really connect with people. I think being very personable, being very authentic, being very genuine really allows me to see and to hear people in a way that allows me to get to know them as an individual of who they are and what they represent and really what they want, and just seeing people for who they are, and the amazingness that they are.
Hell yeah. So connecting and seeing
very important for me. Very important for me.
I love that. And then just the next kind of segue question is just tell us what you're doing with your occupation life.
Yeah, so I'm an events coordinator and manager for a circuit training facility, CircuitWorks, which is not too far down the road from here. And really how I ended up getting into the field was embracing bettering myself in all aspects. And a lot of that comes from, strengthening your mind, strengthening your body, and all of it kind of aligning all at the same time. And I love it. Seeing the transformation that a lot of the clients come in, having a goal in mind, and really pushing themselves and really challenging themselves is really fascinating to be around, and that's why I ended up doing what I'm doing, because the clients come in, I'm able to have that connection with them and really get to know them and what they want and what they want to accomplish and help them get there.
Hell yeah. I love that. So yeah, just bringing it back to that connection. You see the highest in them, and then you saw the highest in yourself, and then kind of took you down that path. Also, guys, if you have any questions, post them on there. I'll do my best to see if I can, what's up, Imran? If I can see what the questions are. Also, dude, we're a community. Introduce yourself, say what's up to someone. Chit chat. You can talk shit about us. It's all fair game.
We welcome it.
Yes, and we will not take it personally.
Nope.
So, say whatever you want if you need to get it off your chest. All right, cool. So we're running right into our next question. Basically, the first one is we kind of already touched on this, but if you want to dig a little deeper, what really inspired you to get into fitness or this occupation?
Yeah, so I have a little bit of an interesting story when it comes to this. I used to be 242 pounds at my heaviest, and I've kind of been heavyset pretty much the majority of my life, and a lot of it came with the lack of understanding what fitness was and what nutrition is and how important that is. And how I ended up coming into this field is really transforming myself and the impact it had on who I saw myself to be, how I carried myself off in public, and how I really were interacting with people, and what the limiting behaviors I was really being controlled by with my physical appearance. So, I'm down to 175-ish, fluctuate every 5 pounds or so. But that's really how I came to be in this field, is that personal connection with self and really being on my own transformation of physical appearance.
That's huge.
And I actually lost it the first time in about 4 or 5 months, just because I thought working out is an algorithm. Just work out a lot and don't eat. And I come to realize that that doesn't work.
Sustainability.
Yeah, you can't sustain that.
Yeah.
You know, when I started eating like a normal human being, I gained all of it back, and so I had to learn, had that opportunity to grow and really expand my knowledge of what nutrition was in order to do it safely and productively and to sustain it long term.
Awesome, I love it. Yeah, similar stories. You know, most of you guys know that my background is on the other side of the tracks mentally and just deteriorating my body and mind. And then, you know, I had a rock bottom and then shifted everything and focused on myself and my body and, you know, treating it like the temple that it is. So, the next question is, let's see, tell us what's the next level for you with your business or work or life or whatever.
Yeah, you know, I think that's always the grand question, right? What's next? What's next? What's that thing you want to accomplish after you've done whatever you've done? And for me, it's to take that progression of connectivity and transformation, not only within your inner self, but also physically. And for me, it's to be a trainer. For me, it's to eventually have my own gym, and to really continue inspiring people to really dedicate themselves to what it is that they want. And, you know, in this area, at least this is one aspect where they can really tap into themselves and really create things that they want for themselves, you know.
Awesome.
And to be that kind of vehicle and that inspiration and that source of empowerment to really create that space for people to do that. I think a lot of times that people that come into, you know, gyms or that hire trainers or whatever the case is, some of them know what to do, they just aren't able to do it. And I think having somebody that really encourages them and maybe holds them responsible and really connects with them on that level is that little extra incentive or push to get them to that next level.
Definitely. Like holding the space, being like encouraging and just having someone that actually cares for them. Genuinely. Huge. Who is that? What Serafina, what's and Alex Lou.
I have really bad eye vision, so
Alex Lou in the house. What's up, Alex?
What's up, man?
Cool, awesome. So jumping right in. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about some exercise stuff. So we already covered like why you exercise, what got you started. But I want to know like what's your primary workout, and also why.
Yeah. So for me, you know, everyone has their own niche, right? Everyone has a system of what works for them. For me, I like to keep it interesting, but what I found that really works for me is circuit training, is interval training, high intensity, super efficient, go, fluctuating between anaerobic and aerobic, and really just keeping that heart rate up and down. And for me, it's fun. I love group fitness. You know, I think personal training has its own benefits to it, right? Being connected, really getting to know people, but there is something so special about being in a group environment where everyone's trying to better themselves, where the music is blasting, energy's high, people start dancing in between their sets and stuff like that, and it just keeps going. So for me, you know, interval training it's where it's at. And granted, like I love weight training. You know, I love. You know, we did a special event not too long ago on the beach, which was
that's right.
Amazing.
The glow workout.
If you haven't done it, do yourself a favor, set time, be dedicated, come and do it. It's really, it's fun.
It's rad.
Yeah. And, you know, to keep things interesting, because you have to shock your body, right? Muscle memory is a thing, and sometimes it gets a little stale, but high interval training, man, it's fun.
Yeah.
Especially with a group of people.
And it makes sense, too. Like, even, you know, my kind of theory behind everything is, like, you know, you exhaust one part or organ of your body while the other recovers, so you're just multitasking, just trying to get as much as you can out of the time that you're there, you know. And efficiency, of course. Who else we got on here? Joe, we got all... You guys, what are you doing? Are you getting prepped for tonight? Jesus. All right, what are all these guys...
I like the commitment, though. Thank you for the support.
And doesn't anyone work?
Yeah, I know.
All right, cool.
It's like midday right now.
Yeah, seriously. Awesome. So our next question is, let's see. What do you feel is the best time to exercise?
Ooh.
Morning, midday, evening.
For me, it's morning. For me, it's morning. I am a kind of a night owl. I tend to stay up a little bit later. Mornings aren't so much like waking up and go for me. And I've tried nights and they don't necessarily work. I think for me, mornings are great because you get into the routine of starting the day, moving your body, getting the blood flowing, and really sets the tone, at least for me.
Yeah.
You know, waking up and just burning it out and you know, that energy that I get from doing that kind of carries out the rest of the day.
Yeah, or if that doesn't work for you, just whenever you're able to get yourself out and to
Yeah,
do
well,
it.
at the end of the day, whenever you can do it, you know.
Yeah. All right. So our next question here is, what suggestions do you have for someone who like wants to start a workout or a routine or hasn't done it yet, like hasn't gotten concrete on what they want?
Yeah, you know, for me, find something that you like. I think the hardest thing is that people, well, what I've heard commonly is that people pay for a membership and they think, well, now that I'm paying for it, I'm going to start doing it. You know, and I used to use that quite often, so I'm guilty of that as well. But I never really liked just going to the gym. And for me, that wasn't something that really inspired me or motivated me to do it. And even though I was paying for it, there was something that wasn't working still because I wasn't creating results. And, you know, I think what I would say is be open to trying things, be open to new experiences. And if it's working out in the gym, if that's what you love, awesome. If it's the wilderness, go on a hike and do some exercises while you're, you know, hit the top peak or whatever. For me, it's really finding what gets you excited.
Yeah. Shop around, you know, find out what works. And the other thing is like, is I didn't even realize that I like to work out with music until I started until I had my first musical workout. And even then actually I think I did a step class or something. Yeah, that's a whole nother video. Yeah, it was a disaster. And I had to leave actually. I had to excuse myself because I literally was all over the place. But and that made me hate. I was like, I can't do this music synchronized multitasking shit. But then I did a body pump class and I was like, this is rad.
Yeah.
So what's up, John? What's up, Dylan? Y'all. All right, cool. So we're wrapping up in our exercise portion, but there's a couple more here I wanted to kind of get at.
Let's do it.
So this is a good one. This is a good one.
Great.
What do you do when you don't want to exercise? You're just I don't want to. I don't feel like it.
So I will say there is a difference between not wanting to do it and listening to your body.
That's good. Good distinction.
And it was a distinction that I really had to be honest with myself for.
Yeah.
And so there are days where I don't want to do it because my body's telling me not to, which I should listen to it. You always listen to your body. But then there are days where you're really just not feeling it.
Yeah.
And I always tap into what is it that I'm committed to. And oftentimes the days that I do take off, when I don't exercise or where I don't make that commitment, I end up feeling different. I end up feeling off. And I end up kind of getting in my own head of dude, you should have gone because you knew you were going to feel bad afterwards.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's always tapping into that commitment of what do I want, right? And for me, it's want to look a certain way, certain body percentage, but really it also helps me internally.
Yeah.
I think
definitely.
They really
it fucks
are.
with you when you're sabotaging or saying no to things.
Yeah, and it really is a parallel. It really is a parallel with working out physically and emotionally, and the days that I take off, I don't do it very often because I am a man of routine, so I do like my routine first and foremost. But more so than that is that I always feel a sense of gratification afterwards, a sense of accomplishment.
Hell yeah.
And even if I'm not at 100%, because there are days where I just go just to show up, and that's okay. Because every little bit counts. It's the small victories make the biggest difference. You know?
And you get to practice self-compassion too. It's these are times, opportunities for us. Instead of showing up and you're I had the worst workout. It's no, you went and you did it, and every little bit counts, and it adds up. And you stuck with your commitment to yourself and your life. So, huge. All right, so this is a great segue question. It's or how does exercise affect your mindset? Which we already kind of went into that a little bit.
Starts off the day right on a positive note, sense of accomplishment, right? It's those starting the day on a positive note. And for me, what it does is it de-stresses me. It really relaxes me. It gives me a lot of energy, and it really just gives me a lot of clarity. It really kind of grounds me into taking a moment, taking a breath, and after I've done my workout, it's like, okay, what's next? What do I get accomplished next? And there is
starts the ball rolling.
Yeah, it really does. It really does for me, and it's that kind of what's next? Let's accomplish something next. What is the next thing that I'm gonna defeat? Because the way I look at workouts, because granted, like working out is not enjoyable all the time. At least for me, I'm gonna come from high.
Yeah.
But it's that motivation of I'm gonna attack it and I'm gonna defeat it.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm gonna attack it and I'm gonna defeat it.
I love that. Awesome. All right, cool. So we're going to dig into the mindset now. And the first question is really simple. It's just kind of like, tell us what your mindset is like currently.
Currently?
Yeah. What's your headspace like? Bring us inside of you.
Wow, that is a deep question. Where am I in mindset? I'm very at peace, I would say. 2017 has been a breakthrough year in so many ways, and kind of doing the leadership program that we did, it really opened the doors for me to being able to create anything that I want, and I'm certainly capable of that. And with that perspective of anything is possible as long as I say it's possible, really the world is what I make of it.
Hell yeah.
And that's, I think, where my mindset is really honing in on what that means to me, and really being excited. Really being excited
bringing
about
some passion.
Yeah, about what the opportunities have, that lies in front of me that I'm not even aware of, and things that I know and I'm anticipating, which is exciting. And I think for me, it's where I am right now is my eyes are wide open, and my arm is open, my heart is open, and everything is just open to receive and to surrender into all the experiences that are going to come my way.
I love that. It's interesting. This is a good analogy of like when you go to the gym and you have your headphones on, you're closed off in your own world. I mean, I love that too. I love working out with music, but every now and then it's good to unplug those headphones, metaphorically, and just like see what's all around you in the world. Like if you go for a walk outside, it's so interesting, like the energetic quality of your body when you're walking down the street and you're receptive and open and who's here and smiling and hey and how's it going, versus if you're closed off and you got those headphones in. So just an invitation and a practice that you might want to explore.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing things now that I've taken the same road to work each and every day, and I'm seeing things that I've never noticed before.
Yeah, so true. It's like another thing is we do kind of have like a tunnel vision, but if you do like you stare straight forward, you can see so much more if you really like activate your just awareness of it all. So yeah, there's really interesting like energetic quantum physical woo-woo stuff. So next one is why did you start working on your mindset?
Because everything starts from there. Everything starts from there. If you are imprisoned to your own world in your head, you're your own worst enemy, and that's something that I've come to really understand, is that I'm my own hardest critic. And oftentimes I assume that things are going to be worse than they are, and once I kind of let that to the side, things just started getting easier and better. And I think really developing self-growth, right, and just gaining perspective, and always constantly being in the question of discovery, which is something fascinating to me that I've learned this year in one of the courses that we took. Always being the question of why.
Curious, just walking around with curiosity.
Yeah.
About others, about life.
Because, and it was something that I think we even spoke about recently, is the idea of like a child at a young age, right, is always on to the next thing, is embracing the moment, each and every moment, has fun with it, discovers something that he or she doesn't know, and then is on to the next thing, and is always like looking for the next thing that like excites them. It's always looking for the next thing that really is just, what is that? And it's intriguing, and I want to look at it, or I want to figure it out, and that's where I am right now with that having that boyish wonder.
Yeah.
You know, and really being curious about who I am at the end of the day, and always being the constant of figuring that out.
Yeah.
Because there is no definition, but I am who I choose to be each and every moment, as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, if you're not in that curiosity, often I feel that you're just walking around projecting.
Yeah.
You're just projecting outcomes. Oh, if I do this, then that. If I do this, then that. And usually it's a negative one. It's like,
Yeah.
if I talk to her, she's gonna, like, eat me or something. Or
Yeah.
if I go and talk to these strangers over here, they're gonna gang, what do they call that? Gang jump you or whatever.
And you know, I'm a victim to that, and I was for the longest time.
I am too, yeah.
And having
I
that
still-
openness,
still.
yeah, at times.
Yeah.
I mean, you catch yourself, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, I think where I am now in terms of my mindset is really just being that openness,
Yeah.
right? And embracing whatever comes,
Yeah.
and not being so attached to what things are supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Not being attached of doing things the right way,
Yeah.
or how the correct way means to you, and that there is beauty in spontaneity.
And there's beauty in the mistakes too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was something else you were saying that kind of struck a chord. It was, I was thinking, let me see if I can pull it out. It was something along the lines of, you know, like, I have to question, and I have like I don't know why we have these certain inner dialogues or belief systems that run us often, but I walk around and I always have the, you know, it's an automatic where when I go to like a networking party, for example, I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to them. Oh, they're already, I don't want to be like a weird intruder guy, but I have to tell myself, no, like, you're worth it. Like, they should be happy to, you have so much to offer. I have to remind myself that constantly. So, and then I go into those situations and like, I just went on this like networking cruise and it was amazing. I think I talked to almost every person on the boat. Like, I made a point. I was with a friend and we're like, all right, we're gonna make a point. We're gonna talk to 5 groups of people, and we just went around, and it was phenomenal. And I just, you know, checked that little inner critic and told him to fuck off, and, and then just went for it.
Good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. So this is kind of like a good little backtrack for us. So we said, why did you start working on your mindset, and like, what was there a specific event, or the other question that is paired up with this is like, what was your mindset like 10 to 20 years ago?
Yeah. So, what was it that got me to the realization?
They had like a rock bottom or a dark